Welcome to the React Toggle Switch Button tutorial. With Syncfusion React Toggle Switch Buttons, you can perform toggling actions to switch between checked and unchecked states. In this video, I will show you how to create a React app and add the Syncfusion React Toggle Switch Button component. I will also show you some of its basic features, such as setting up the checked state, changing the appearance using the CSS class, the toggle method, and other customizations. Before proceeding, make sure you have installed the latest versions of Node.js and React. I'll be using Visual Studio Code as my editor and showing the output in the Chrome browser. First, I open Visual Studio Code and create a React application using the npx create React app command. I name it my React app. Since I want to create the app with TypeScript, I add the template TypeScript. Next, I navigate to the newly created React app. To use the toggle switch button component, I type the npm install at Syncfusion /ej2 React buttons -- save command to install the package. Before using any Syncfusion React component, I need to register a trial license key. I open the index.tsx file and import the register license method from the Syncfusion ej2 base package. Using this method, I register the trial license key. For instructions on generating a trial key, refer to the link in the description for this video. Next, I open the app.tsx file and remove the default code snippets. I import the switch component from the Syncfusion ej2 React buttons package. Next, to reference the CSS styles for the toggle switch button, in the app.css file, I import the Fluent theme reference. In the app.tsx file, inside the division tag, I add the label tag with the content Bluetooth tethering. Then I add the switch component tag. By default, the toggle switch button is displayed in an unchecked state. To display it in a checked state, I enable the checked property. Next, to align the component, in the app.css file, add margin and text align styles. Save the changes and run the application using the npm start command. See, the toggle switch button is rendered in a checked state. I can also uncheck it simply by clicking it. Next, I will show you how to set text over the toggle switch button to indicate the states. Here, I will add the OnLabel property and set its value to on. Then, I add the OffLabel property and set its value to off. The label has been added for both the checked and unchecked states. Now let me show you how to change the size of the toggle switch button. It can be displayed in two sizes, default and small. This is the default size of the toggle button. To display a small size button, add the cssClass property and set its value to eSmall. Look now, the toggle switch button is small. Next, I will show you how to dynamically toggle between the states using the toggle method. First, I import the button component from the ej2 React buttons package and add the button component tag with the text change state. I also add the cssClass property to eSmall. Then, I add the onClick event and assign the callback method change state to it. To access the toggle button dynamically, I define the switchRef instance for switch component and add a reference using the ref property and set the value to switchRef. Then, I define the change state callback method and within it, trigger the toggle method using the reference. See now, when I click the button, its state is changed. Finally, I will show you how to disable the toggle switch button. I set the disabled property to true. Now the toggle switch button is in a disabled state. In this video, I have shown you how to add the Syncfusion React toggle switch button component. I also showed you a few of its basic features. If you want to try out the example used in this video, download it from the GitHub link in the description below. I have also shared a link to learn about obtaining a free license key to use our React suite through our community license if you are eligible. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel.